There was a time when open-world games were the gold standard in the gaming industry. From titles like The Legend of Zelda to games like Shenmue, Grand Theft Auto 3, and Assassin's Creed, these games offered vast, open worlds with boundless freedom. They provided players with a truly immersive experience, leading to a massive surge in popularity. Open-world games became a savior, fulfilling the need for freedom of exploration, immersion in fictional worlds, and the ability to do whatever you wanted without judgment. However, over the past decade, these games' quality has steadily declined, so much so that when a game is announced as an open-world title, many players instantly question its true potential. So, what's causing this decline? Let's dive into that in this video. One, the evolution of open-world games. Open-world games share a common characteristic. They allow players to freely explore, embark on non-linear quests, and interact deeply with the environment and characters. One of the first influential open-world games was Ultima, 1981. It offered a rich world, allowing players to explore different lands, battle monsters, and interact with NPCs. Then, in 1986, Nintendo released The Legend of Zelda, which redefined the concept of an open world by immersing players in a vast open world, allowing for free exploration and the pursuit of quests to complete. In 1997, Grand Theft Auto pushed open-world games to new heights, becoming a cultural phenomenon and paving the way for the future of the Grand Theft Auto franchise. During the 2000s, open-world games became a mainstream genre and witnessed significant development. Popular titles like The Elder Scrolls III, Model Win 2002, World of Warcraft 2004, and many more captivated a vast audience and received acclaim for crafting detailed and rich open worlds. Assassin's Creed 2007 introduced a fresh approach to open-world games, blending history and adventure. It allowed players to roam freely through historical cities to complete main storyline quests. Since then, the open-world genre has continued to evolve and diversify, with popular titles like The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt 2015, Red Dead Redemption 2 2018, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2017, and most notably, Elden Ring 2022, all featuring vast, detailed, and diverse open worlds, garnering phenomenal praise from players worldwide. However, lately, many studios have been jumping on the open-world bandwagon. Even if they aren't truly suited or capable, they're forcing the open-world element into their products. This is where the weaknesses of open-world games begin to surface. 2. Vast but soulless worlds. Ubisoft has been a key player in laying the foundation for the open-world genre. It's undeniable that their products, for the most part, boast impressive graphics and meticulous detail. A prime example is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. While its user score stands at 6.5 and it has received much criticism, no one can deny its stunning visuals, high-quality graphics, and remarkably realistic depiction of the historical atmosphere. The game has been lauded for its attention to even the smallest details, like statues, ceramic patterns, and native attire. But aesthetics alone aren't enough. To create a world with depth that feels truly alive, a game needs elements like ecosystems, animals, plants, weather patterns, day-night cycles, interactions between creatures, and the impact of humans on the in-game environment. In the context of cities, it should include everyday activities like work and interactions between people. These are crucial factors in bringing a world to life. To achieve this, developers need to invest substantial resources and effort into design, dedicating significant time just to create a vibrant area within the game. Open-world games are becoming increasingly larger, prompting developers to explore a solution, copying and reusing existing resources. While this can effectively shorten development time and free up budget for other critical aspects of the game, it needs to be implemented strategically. By adding and subtracting different elements, developers can create unique experiences and evoke distinct feelings in the players. They can even stimulate players to discover the differences between games that reuse resources. Another factor that impacts the exploration experience is the placement of locations, events, and challenging quests along the way. The Legend of Zelda series by Nintendo offers a prime example of this. Initially, Nintendo created towering structures visible from anywhere on the map, guiding players through the vast world. However, this resulted in 80% of players heading towards the light emanating from these towers. To rectify this, Nintendo added other structures, enemies along the way, rewards for those who took the time to defeat them, and cleverly arranged mountains to obscure the towering structures. This prevented players from feeling overwhelmed during exploration and enhanced their freedom to discover. While Nintendo did an excellent job with this, unfortunately, not many developers have followed suit. Many studios have resorted to excessive copying and pasting, resulting in new areas that are practically identical to those players have already visited. The NPCs within these games are no different, appearing as mere clones, standing motionless day after day. These companies focus solely on expanding the world, striving to make it as vast as possible. But they forget that a world needs people to feel real. 3. Repetitive side quests. To combat the monotony of expansive but dull open-world environments, many game companies have turned to side quests as a savior. They are diverse and scattered throughout the game, offering varying requirements and rewards based on the game's nature and progression. These side quests help players acquire the necessary equipment, provide insights into the setting and character personalities, and make the protagonist's journey more meaningful. Of course, some quests are purely for entertainment, offering lighthearted humor, like the sub-stories in the Yakuza games. While side quests play a critical role and are an essential component of open-world games, their overabundance and repetition are never beneficial. Side quests are often overused due to their ease of copying. They typically fall into 3 categories: collecting items, eliminating designated targets, and acting as a delivery person. When completing these tasks, you often find yourself wondering why you're even doing them, as the actions seem insignificant. Without well-developed context, purpose, suitable rewards, and compelling mechanics, these side quests become meaningless, killing the drive to explore the open world. Furthermore, they lead to other issues that I'll discuss in the next section. 4. Lack of focus on the main story. The main story remains a cornerstone upon which game developers build their creations. Gameplay may not be sophisticated, graphics may be simple, but a story is indispensable. The story has a profound impact on the game. Since open-world games often stretch for tens or even hundreds of hours, carefully balancing the main story with world exploration is crucial. A common trope in this genre is the presence of an evil force seeking to conquer the world. You become the chosen one, holding the fate of the world in your hands, tasked with stopping the antagonists. Typically, the game allows players to explore a small area for guidance during the tutorial phase. After this introductory phase, the storyline slows down considerably, with only a handful of insignificant events occurring, aimed at familiarizing players with the gameplay. Once the fundamental mechanics have been introduced, the true story begins. The main character encounters a major event, propelling the player into the next phase, exploring, learning more about the setting, and assisting NPCs involved in the event. However, poor design can lead to conflicts between the story and gameplay. The story may be on the verge of an apocalypse, yet players are free to wander the map, loot items, fight monsters, and engage in nonsensical activities. 5. Monotonous methods of travel. In open-world games, players spend a significant amount of time traversing the game world. This necessitates creative and engaging travel methods to keep players entertained and avoid boredom. Some games offer the ability to navigate city streets by car or motorcycle. However, some players, drawn to high speeds, might crash into obstacles or other vehicles. This leads to vehicle damage and character injuries. Another example is Sunset Overdrive, which boasts mechanics for running, swinging, skateboarding, and parkour, allowing players to explore the city at their own pace while battling mutated creatures that lurk everywhere. However, mastering these movements is crucial to avoid being overwhelmed by enemies. Unfortunately, some developers have taken a more casual approach, resulting in games that are initially fun but fail to spark curiosity in exploring the world. This contributes to the growing monotony of these games. 6. Power balancing. As you explore and gather resources, you'll encounter enemies along the way. Early in the game, your character lacks the skills, powerful equipment, or necessary stats to defeat them on the first try. During these times, you'll have to endure tedious side quests to familiarize yourself with the game's mechanics and collect essential gear. However, this creates another perplexing issue. In open-world games, particularly those with a leveling system, dedication plays a significant role in the game's difficulty. Therefore, balancing the player's power presents a complex challenge. Some players prefer to simply wander through the game world. They are patient and dedicated, meticulously completing minor quests to amass as many resources as possible. They only tackle the main storyline quests after exhausting all side quests. This leads to a significant disparity in their levels and power compared to the monsters, making inherently challenging encounters far too easy. Balancing the player's power against enemies so that the difficulty caters to both sides requires careful consideration from game developers. One solution to this issue is level scaling. This mechanism ensures that enemies within the game become more powerful alongside the player character, regardless of their actions, locations, or completed side quests. This ensures that newcomers don't struggle excessively with monsters, while dedicated players don't become too overpowered, creating a degree of challenge for everyone. 7. Horrible AI. In games where combat is confined to a small space, programmers can create enemy AI that responds to player actions. However, open-world games are different. Very few titles boast good AI. Most are either mediocre or merely fulfill their basic functions. In-game enemies are often programmed as mere dummies for players to showcase their skills. Most game developers typically program enemies to patrol fixed areas and charge players at any cost when they are detected. 8. Abundant bugs. Open-world games tend to have more bugs than traditional games. Names like Assassin's Creed and Cyberpunk 2077 have become synonymous with developer carelessness and will forever be etched in the minds of gamers. They are riddled with bugs, from minor glitches that elicit laughter to major errors that render the game unplayable. But the truth is, no developer wants their creation to be criticized or flawed. So, why are open-world games so buggy? Because they are among the most complex and intricate game genres, requiring extensive time, effort, and substantial programming experience from the design team. A single error can cause the entire game to function poorly. Fixing one bug often introduces another. The excessive size and inclusion of elements like role-playing and historical settings are the main reasons why most modern open-world games struggle with these frustrating issues. The only way to mitigate this flaw is for developers to invest more effort in testing and optimizing the game, rather than leaving it for the end. So, those are the reasons why open-world games are becoming increasingly worse. Did I miss any reasons? If you think so, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with all the latest videos from Stranger Games. For now, goodbye and see you next time.